Hello, 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 hello. Hello, everybody. This is going to be a very quick live. I just want to say that we are going to start class on Saturday, October 5th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's Los Angeles time. And there's still a few slots available, but we're going to get started even with the low enrollment. Um, I want you to think about before you join why you're a singer because being a singer is hard. My kids today, oh my lord, they were buck wild. Oh God. Now, granted, today is September 30th and the full moon is coming, and the wolves were out. And I had one student put his guitar down. I had another student just lay down on the floor like he's at home in the bed. Now, granted, I've got pillows on the floor for our xylophone orchestra. We've got, I don't know, maybe 15 to 20 orchestra xylophones. And right now they're arranged in a circle for our kindergarten and first grade kids to play this game called Apple Tree. And the child just lay down on the floor. What are you thinking? Because they were tired, because it was hard. So now, luckily, I love that particular child because my thought was, do I want to go to jail or can I just ask this child to get up? Clearly, I'm not in jail. So I asked the child to get up several times. But all of music is very difficult. You are organizing frequencies. Frequencies are not even something that you can hold on to. And being a musician is or being an instrumentalist is easier because you can actually physically hold and touch an instrument that you then manipulate the frequencies, right? You pluck the top string or you strum the bottom three strings and touch the third fret to make a G chord, right? But as a singer, from within your body, you can't push any of the valves that make the vowel sounds, that make the consonants, that make the air to push out of your body to then manipulate with your tongue and your teeth and your lips and your eyebrows and your ears. And all of those things have all of these very slight micro movements to organize the sound, on top of then having to put emotion on top of that um, frequency manipulation, on top of then having an intention that feeds through those emotions to tell a cohesive story. It's also very difficult. It's manageable, it's doable, and some people are super successful. Um, but it's still hard. It's still very hard. So you have to start with why. Why do I want to be a singer? What is the purpose of me coming to a venue and people listening to me sing? Why on earth should people listen to me? Because I have a story to tell. So, one of the things that I've been working on is my album called Come With Me. I will release it to the general public in January, but for the class and for a few select people, I'll let you guys hear it a little early. I'm going to have like a listening party sometime around my birthday. My birthday is November 24th. And God willing, I will have everything done by then. Um, but there's still two songs that need work. But that's okay because I'm still working on it, right? I do little bit by little bit by little bit every day. Um, so I met with my one of the audio editors last week, and I didn't cry. I wanted to. I wanted to because my drummer had suggested that I use Ableton, and it is a digital audio workstation where you record within your computer as opposed to having those big, huge, massive boards with all the knobs that go up and down and the pushes and the all sorts of stuff, right? So all of that is done electronically now within one computer, remarkably. So I was so frustrated. Like all the week before, I had been trying to record so that I could give him my vocals so that he can mix it and line everything up to make sure that everything falls in place. And I couldn't get it done. Could not, because Ableton, I had written the entire album inside of GarageBand. And so in GarageBand, the instruments are on the left, and then feeding to the right goes all of your recording. But in Ableton, everything is on the left, excuse me, everything is on the right, and then the recording feeds into the instruments. And then there's all these little small micro bits that you can adjust that just make no sense to me. Yeah. And initially, when I started recording, I had a Shure mic, which is like the standard mic that is on all stages all across the world, a Shure 58. And I just put a sponge on top of it to stop the popping. And he was like, "But it's so boomy and it just doesn't sound right and we need to fix it." So I got a compressor mic, and then GarageBand stopped working. Now, granted, Apple just updated their software again, and so maybe that will fix it, but for 2 weeks, I haven't recorded anything. Well, I've done some of the tracks, but I haven't done any vocal recording. And I want to throw my computer. Several times I wanted to throw my computer, but can I throw my computer? No, because I don't have the money to replace it. So I had to just put my feelings in my pocket, like the child that was laying on the floor. Eventually, she had to put her feelings in her pocket. But, she didn't see that her mom was coming to pick her up early, because normally she stays in the after school program. But today, because I called her mother, her feelings were in her pocket when she was in the backseat of her mama's car. And I was talking, and the classroom teacher were talking to her mother, and right. Um, but my mom's not gonna come and pick me up from my problem. So I had to just put my feelings in my pocket and get through it. But initially, 2 weeks ago, he suggested that I use Logic instead of Ableton because I'm not because Ableton is better for a live performance. So, like, if you want to do layering, like, come with me, come with me, come with me, it'll layer that and it'll loop it for you live, right? And so it's a really nice presentation, but I don't need that right now. What I need is to record my tracks, right? And what I need to do is do it the way I know how to do it. I used Logic for my demos 5 years ago. And so I just got it done. Um, but trying Ableton, as per my drummer's suggestion, while it's very beautiful and that's what he uses, it did not work for me. And did I give up? No, I did not give up. In part because my why is so important. The album that I'm making is a story about my multinational, super contentious divorce. Contentious meaning that we fought. I didn't get any alimony. I didn't get any child support. He ended up stealing my children and hiding them away for several years. Um, and my way through that absolutely disaster of a divorce was writing the album. My ex-boyfriend Mario suggested, he was like, "That's your real name? Omega Bone? Like, that should be a comic book character." So he then drafted this whole story around my name and me being a superhero because he was super in love with Black Panther long before the Marvel movies came out with the Black Panther title. And like he has a first edition. And I was like, "Oh, let me read it." He was like, "No, you are not touching it." Like he was adamant. Like, you know how those people are. Anyway, so he crafted this whole book. And I was like, well, I'm a singer, so I have to write an album. So I started writing 3 songs. And that's how this album, Come With Me, came to pass. I ended up leaving Tokyo because that's where we were together. And I ended up back here after COVID. So now I'm at a school where, because my principal and I are not getting along, I'm working part-time, still for full-time money, which is why I'm not so pressed about you guys coming in and restarting the class, because I can start the class because I now have some emotional space, because the last couple of years trying to get my work situation stabilized, it has taken me just pew, 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 pew. Anyway, so my why for being a singer is to tell my story, to get the pain out of me, to bring my children back into alignment with me, to heal other people who are going through the same situation. Um, and the timing of the album is quite interesting, especially because I never wanted to be a professional singer because I don't actually like performing. I actually hate it. I love being a music teacher because I can do all the planning and I can do all the arranging and songwriting, and that's all a lot of fun. And I can stick my children on the stage and then I can feel complete and I can get that the satisfaction of having done a good job. But as a performer, I don't like performing, but I love singing. It's almost like I've got Tourette's. Like if I'm happy, I'm just singing and people are like, shut up. No one wants to hear me singing at inappropriate times, which is most of the time. And thankfully, because I'm a music teacher, I don't have a lot of opportunities to be inappropriate because I'm supposed to be singing, right? Because I sing all day long. And so when I come home, it's nice and quiet, which is why you don't hear anything in my apartment. I don't watch TV. I listen to music to get ready in the morning and if I'm cooking or cleaning. And so music is very functional for me, but outside of me working and having to concentrate on something else, I don't listen to music. I don't listen to TV. I don't listen to a lot of noise. My apartment is white. I have some artwork on the walls, but I'm very practical. So, to get back to my why, I have a story to tell that I have to get it out. It's not to be famous. It's not to be rich, because all the things that's happening right now within the American music industry and the Korean industry, like everything is coming undone. Hollywood as well, because there's so many nasty, insidious people that don't have the skill set to function in society without music, right? They might not be able to read. Like R. Kelly doesn't read very well. Um, People might not have social skills to actually function within a company. So they have to be entrepreneurs. The music business is very, very, very difficult and very, very, very nasty. And so now that it's coming undone, there's an avenue for all of us to tell the stories that we used to be able, that we want to tell, that previously we could not because it was entirely too expensive. But now the prices of computers have come down. Like this computer, almost everybody has a computer like this. Now, granted, I have an iPhone. It's very expensive here in the United States, but you can have a cell phone with all the technology that I have in the iPhone. Because I bought my Xiaomi, I think I may have paid $200 US for that thing when I was living in Indonesia. And because China is pumping out fantastic technology, and I promise you, the pictures that I take on that Xiaomi, honey, I look amazing. Like I look like I have on makeup and flawless skin. Just Now, granted, I'm not ugly, but it makes me look va va voom without any va va boom, no makeup, no eyelashes, and mascara and all of that stuff. So, but again, you need to know your why so that you can make it through this journey. There's more than enough for all of us. And another one of my whys is to cultivate like a record label, in a sense, not in the sense that I would rip people off like they do in the business, but I have an opportunity with making my first album. I had to build a company, right? So that I can sell everything appropriately. So I can help you write your songs, I can help you produce the tracks, I can help you then market if you show up. But you got to show up. How are you going to show up? You have to have a why you're going to show up. If you want to sing because you want to sound like Mariah Carey, that's not really a strong enough why, because there's already a Mariah Carey that went through and is going through and will continue to go through a lot of mess, right? Because she's on a level where we can't touch. We don't want to touch what's up there. The level that she's at, we don't want to be there. I don't want that for you. I don't want that for me. I actually don't even want that for her. Now, granted, I love to see, no, I love to hear Mariah Carey. I don't like her live shows because I don't think that she gives all the gives, but she can sing, right? But all the things that she has to do to keep at that level is not anything I'm willing to invest in. And my why is not as strong as her why, right? To endure all the things that she's gone through. So, what is your why? Hi, Desi. What is your why? Why do you want to be a singer? What will this do for you, your family, your ancestors, the people that come after you, your children, your grandchildren, your lineage, your future? What will it do for you? Why do you want? And if it's just the money, this isn't the place. Though I expect to make a lot of money because I'm going to sell my album for $150 US. I'm not selling it on Spotify. That's a waste of time. Spotify is a commercial place. That's where um you put up a snippet of your album and then you say, "Come to my website and buy." Right? That's not a place for real commerce or even art, really. My project Come With Me is a novel that details my multinational divorce and how horrific it is. It opens with my ex-husband cussing me out and calling me a fat, right? And no part of me is fat. The biggest I was when I was pregnant, and it was really my nose, my breasts, and my belly. The rest of me from behind, you would not know that I was pregnant. But I turned to the side and I looked like a whole moose because my nose went from ear to ear. It was like, Ew! So there's the novel. Then there is the album where each chapter of the novel has the lyrics of one of the corresponding songs. So the songs take you through the course of the divorce and ultimately ends up in kind of present day, where the last chapter of the novel leads to my comic book. And the comic book is a fictionalized version of the situation where I'm this international spy and I'm working for this secret organization that exposes pedophiles. And in particular, I'm exposing pedophiles and groomers in schools, right? Because that's who I am. I'm a teacher. I'm a music teacher, and I love being a music teacher, and I love children more than anything. And so it's it's an opportunity for me to share my loves, desires, fantasies with the greater world in, you know, inside of an art project. And so this triptych, which is a three-part art project, is trying to kill me. It's so hard. It's so hard. But because my why is to heal my spirit from the trauma of a divorce, where I went into my relationship with my ex-husband with gumdrops and rainbows, thinking that I could love him enough for the both of us, where he didn't love me at all. I was just something to get us out of the United States. Um, so it's a matter of my why is more important than me not finishing. I have to finish. I have to get the story out. I have to. I'll tell you guys more about the story in the Come With Me channel, which is going to be devoted towards lots of little stories from the novel and the comic book. And but the problem with the comic book is that I don't have an artist. So if you guys know an artist that likes to draw, because what I don't want is that same AI black girl face. Right? You all know it. It's with a thin nose and big, huge doe eyes and, various hair colors. Like all the black girls look the same. None of them look like me. They're really just chocolate dip white girls with nappy hair. Right? So I need a real artist that knows what black features actually look like, because it needs to look like real black people. Right? My ex-husband is white, but there's white people, there's black people, there's Indonesians, there's all sorts of people that don't identify with a color at all, right? So um, I need a real human, and AI cannot do that. Well, I thought maybe it could, but it's not. It's not the look, and it's also so shiny. Like the skin, like look at my skin. My skin doesn't look shiny like AI faces look. So I need a real artist. So if you know of an artist, please send them my way. Um, but my why is more important than me stopping. My why is more important than my frustration. I cry. I get through the frustration. I cry some more. I go further through the frustration. I cry some more. And then I get through it, right? Because the title track of the song, Come With Me, has a canon at the end of it. And a cannon is like, if you think of a pirate ship, they've got these cannons, which are big, humongous guns. The guns are like 6 feet long. And the person with the fire on the wooden ship lights the first cannon, boom, lights the second cannon, boom, lights the third cannon, boom, lights the fourth cannon, boom. Then he has to run to the beginning. He lights the first cannon again, because then by the time he's gotten to the fourth cannon, the first cannon has been reloaded, and then he starts again. First cannon, boom, second cannon, boom. And so a musical canon is when you have one melody that harmonically works at various stages to happen at the same time. So, and initially I had asked a friend of mine, I was like, can you write me a canon that does this? Do, 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 do. He was like, yeah. Never got around to it. I asked another friend, can you write me a canon? No, 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 no. Couldn't do it. I had to then write it. I had to just fall within myself, listen to my inner self. The words came, the picture came, the melody came. Sometimes the melody comes first, sometimes the words come first, sometimes the picture comes first. But inside the comic, there are these women that are putting me back together. and they sing this canon. One sings the melody, then another sings the melody, then the third sings the melody, then the fourth person sings the melody, and then ultimately I then join in because they've healed me and brought me back from being comatose, because one of the women found me in the jungle and drugged me back to the mother's house to heal me. And so they used music and sound frequencies to heal my body. So, um, and that was hard, but because my why is so important, I know that this song is going to heal other people. How do I know that? Because it healed me. Like, I should be an angry cow, right? I should be hating on absolutely everybody. Now, granted, because of the full moon, my students think that I hate everybody because I was acting a fool too. Oh, my fifth graders came in today and I told them I'm not in a good mood. Don't play with me. And then a third grader came in because she was acting a fool. She had gotten beat up by another little girl that she had been harassing all day. And anyway, I won't retell that story again. But having her in there squirming and acting crazy during my fifth grade class, I was like, "Argh." But today was an unusual circumstance because of the third grader, because of the full moon, because of all the whatevers. Um, Easily, I could have given up on the album, not having this final song to complete the album, because the album did not feel complete. Because I've written 8 out of the 10 songs, I don't know, about 3 years ago, but it did not feel complete. But now having Come With Me done, it feels like a full idea. So write in the comments, what is your why? Why are you a singer? I think Desi wrote, music has helped me so much, including mentally, and that's why I want to sing, to help people like that. That's exactly why I'm doing it. And that's why I've given this opportunity to help other singers to tell their story, right? Because part of the problem with the music industry and society at large is that not enough, hi, Jules, not enough artists are working as artists. A lot of us are drowning in the misery of jobs that are not suited for us, careers that are not suited for us, lives that are not suited for us, because we have to make money. And so now is the perfect time to be a professional singer, because there are ways to make money. If you have 500, excuse me, if you have 500 fans that understand who you are, how you are, why you are, that's all you need. They can fund everything. Like if they spend $100 on you a year, that's nothing. Or 100, whatever your currency is. You could go out for the price of 5 dinners for 500 people to pay for you. They would gladly have you soothe their whole soul. They would gladly have you soothe their soul so that they can do the work that they love to do. This is the time. Now is the time for people to hear your authentic voice. Not for you to sound like Mariah Carey, not for you to sound like SZA or her or um who's some guys. You know what? I'm not really digging any men right now. I'm not really hearing any male singers that are just like, man. Um you guys hook me up. Tell me some good guys singers that are hitting right now. Um but even still, tell your story. Start with your why, and your why will inform what your story is, right? I'm heartbroken over losing my kids for so many years. It's devastating. And the way through the pain is to feel the pain, to analyze the pain, to tear it apart, to put it back together, to tear it apart again. Sorry. I'm not supposed to be in here crying. But anyway, what is your why? And the rest will fall into place. Okay. So, my loves, I will see you guys on Saturday, October 5th. Make sure that you guys subscribe to this new channel, Learn to Sing. Remember, I'm going to leave the Facebook class, Learn to Sing. I'm going to leave in December. So start heading over here. This is where all the lessons will be housed. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with no tears. Big crybaby. Sorry. Anyway. Oh, look, here's one more. Oh, sorry. I like singing because some songs remind me of Riggs and because they're good. Excellent. So that is Jules, and Riggs is her dog that just passed away. Um, and the thing of it is that dogs pass away and pets pass away and people pass away all the time. And so if you sing your songs with that intention in mind, we will feel it. Okay. So make sure you guys warm up every day, sing absolutely every single day. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay. All right, my loves. Thanks for joining me.